Hello, everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Senu Sam. Senu is a co-founder and CEO of Mykare Health. Mykare Health was founded in Jan 2022. It's only 1.5 year old startup. And this startup has won many awards. And if I'm not mistaken, Senu and his team has also raised $2.1 million of funding in 22 or maybe 23. Senu, please feel free to correct me.
Yes.
And what my understanding of my care health is, just like we have OYO for hotels, we have my care health for hospitals. I think the focus of the startup is on surgery. So welcome, Senu, and thank you so much for giving us time to share your journey, to share whatever you have learned in the journey so far with our fellow entrepreneurs. Over to you, Senu. Anything you would like to share about Mykare Health?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be in this platform. First of all, getting a platform and an interview done from IIM tagline, that's a, it's a great opportunity because I come from a background. I failed in my degree first year and second year, and I failed almost all 6 subjects, including the English, with 0 mark. So I don't know how eligible I am here to talk to all of you. But start from that humble background, born in a tier 3 city in Kerala. From there, able to grow with all the waves and hurdles and struggles in life. Move to be in Apollo hospitals, with leading their international. Move to Clinicus Global Hospitals from Westminster Healthcare. And finally, I was a vice president for MGM Healthcare for international. Traveled to around 70 countries to build a business to Indian healthcare. And that's where I'm coming from right now. So I just want to start with a point. It's not where you started with. History is always history, but future is always in your hand. So you can move ahead with very bold and strong, and we can build something ahead.
Very rightly said, Senu, and the very fact that, one of the colleagues recommended your name was precisely because you are not from an IIM background. And, this platform is, it's not about IIM platform because it's my personal YouTube channel. It's about sharing journey of entrepreneurs who are doing things little differently. They have their own hits and misses, and they are okay with sharing their hits and misses with the fellow entrepreneurs. So I'm glad that you are doing that. Given we want to keep it short, Senu, my first question to you is, my understanding of healthcare is that and since your focus is on surgery, if I have to get a surgery done, I will, first ask my family members, my friends, my relatives. Then I'll go to my family doctor. I will inquire about it, who is the best doctor, and then I'll also inquire about the hospital the doctor is associated with, etc., etc. There are multiple steps, I take to make a very informed decision. Somehow, this is a field where credibility, where legitimacy matters a lot, and it's the credibility and the legitimacy of the doctor rather than the hospital. So how is your business model addressing this huge credibility and legitimacy issue of healthcare? Would you like to throw light on that?
Yeah, sure. So being worked in almost 13 years in branded hospitals in India, I also was in the same thought process of the trust, the credibility, all these words are very close to my heart from the day one. But the reality of India, when I started understanding, was completely different. So we are talking about the 10% of premium branded hospitals and 80 to 90% of non-branded small medium hospitals. There is a huge difference. So I'll get into that. Before that, when my father was undergoing a surgery in the COVID first wave, I had to fly down because the travel restrictions was there. So I cannot take him to a branded facility or a bigger hospital. So I had to fly down to take him to a nearby facility, which was a medium-sized facility, which is a 80-bedded single honor-driven facility. So when I been as an attender for my patient or my father, the day one to the day end, I understood how fragmented and operational inefficiencies I was going through. Look, I'm coming from a healthcare background. My mother-in-law and father-in-law are senior doctors. with all the qualifications, connections, and everything. With a silent as an attender, I was going through my father journey. Right from understanding the doctor. Look, if you want to go for a treatment, you can just Google it. But that can only get you a doctor who is listed in Google or working in a branded facility. What about the majority of the doctors, which are only focusing on their clinical outcomes and not only on the branding side? So that when it is coming to tier 2, tier 3, their name is not going to appear in any of the platforms. So how will you know that who is good, who is bad? Second, just relying only on the relatives, but how many of the relatives might have also undergone a carotid stenting or the same procedure my father was undergoing? So I will not know who is capable of doing that procedure, whether what is the qualification of this doctor is, how better or how good this hospital is, whether its hospital is having some quality standards or not, what is the quality parameters they are following. And one of the main thing is that the care in healthcare is missing in these segments because they are not, this hospital single on facility does not have a manpower strength to give the experience to their customers. Most of the facility I have seen, there is no insurance desk also. Even they have insurance desk. We had to pillar to post was running around for almost 1 week to get the insurance clarity of it. End of the day, there was no pricing transparency for my father. What is the surgery? How much the surgery will be costing? And once I admitted, look, I get a time with my doctor 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Look, when you buy a phone, you will check for almost 1 month to 2 months. When you're giving your life to a doctor for surgery, if you're getting a clarity only for 10 to 15 minutes, you can understand how much more fear the customers or the patients will be having before going to that surgery. But still, the patient are thinking this is a normal norm and going through this all the struggles and fears and everything. That's why the Lancet report was be proving that India, the number of surgery which is supposed to be happened, it's way behind because of only one reason of the fear of undergoing surgery because of the operational inefficiencies. And I was also going through my father in the same thing. And after the surgery of discharge, I thought everything has been settled and everything is done and all the stress is already over. But my father came to house. He don't know what to do next. Can I lift a bucket? Can I sit? Can I walk? So I was thinking, why my father? It's not only my father. I understood that other thousands of patients sitting in that hospital, it's also undergoing the same process of fragmentation and operational inefficiency. So there comes the conclusion of what you asked me. I see the majority of the population in India is the middle income and the middle and lower income people for the population. As per the statistics, 75 to 80% of the people are in not urban class people. So that's a huge population. If you see the other segment, which is the small single owned hospital, that is the majority of the hospitals in India. These hospitals is also NABH quality accredited hospitals are there. Good, amazing doctors are working there, but they don't have the visibility. They don't have the trust to put in front of the patient. They don't have the manpower to give that experience. They have amazing doctors and facilities. And India, 80% of the facilities are in this segment. So if you see this put together, these two, one, the majority of the population, even if you take all our drivers, Swiggy delivery boys, Tomato delivery boys, middle income class people, my father, my mother, these people are missing the experience and they are going to enter operational inefficiency. Other side, there are amazing facilities available. And they are not able to attract these patients to tell that we are affordable, quality, and the experience we can give. There come Mykare. We make sure the patient is getting the amazing experience. The end-to-end process is taken care of in Mykare, including the free pickup, drop, and their insurance process, the giving the transparent fixed pricing for the surgery, the post-care follow-up for next 30 days. All this thing, headache is taken care by Mykare, and we assign a counselor and on-ground staff to the patient to make sure the fear is taken care. And that's the major part. The fear is taken care by us. And the other side, we make sure that the small and medium hospital, their facility has been more utilized. Their senior doctors has been more utilized and footfalls is increasing. That's how we are going to come into the play.
That's very interesting to know. And I come from a tier 3 city, or maybe even lower than that. It's a backward area. It comes under backward area. So I relate to what you are saying, the problems of healthcare and the operational inefficiency that you're talking about. So my next question to you, Senu, is while going on this journey, what was the or what has been the biggest execution challenge that you have faced so far? Are you able to overcome this, or it's still there?
Yeah, so as you rightly said, we are a 1-year-old company. So if you say a 1-year-old company, I'm not uh, from any bigger institutions or not build a unicorn startups. Everything is new for me. So I will divide the question into two. One is before building the company and after building the company, because the audience will get the reality of the it's not that sexiness to become an entrepreneur. I also thought seeing only the your story articles, red carpet, and all these things. Tomorrow onwards, my entire village and mother will know that I'm an entrepreneur. But the reality was completely different. So, as I told, I was failed in my degree first year and second year. But somehow, God's grace, I keep moved on in my life. And I married to a girl which is degree, BTech first rank, MTech first rank from BITS Pilani, PhD from IIT Madras on artificial intelligence, and postdoc from King's College London. So that shows that I already know branding myself from. So I'm a good marketer from that time onwards. So jokes apart, uh, that's the time when my baby was 8 months old. So I want to become an entrepreneur for last 4 years. So when I first applied to a program, they told me to come back with a startup idea, and I don't have any startup idea. I don't know how to get an idea. So where is it coming from? Where we can buy from somewhere, or I don't know what it is. Even the word entrepreneur is like Elon Musk, SpaceX for me. So so I went and started a tea shop in Chennai, which is called the Great Indian Chai, and went and applied back to that program and told that I have a business, I want to get into that program. Because being a Mallu, I only know the tea shops thing. So I got into that program. Then after 1 year, I understood that is not going to be a scalable large business. It's a large business, but not able to touch a large number of population. So then I thought, okay, I know healthcare, let me build something in that. I went and started along with a senior doctor, a fertility center in Hyderabad. And then also I understood this is going to be a brick and mortar business. So business and a scalable, fast growing startup is completely different. So all this reality started hitting to me. That's the time I was having an 8-month-old baby, and my wife got a postdoc in UK. Being a Malayali, anybody in family was running to UK or US or Europe or Middle East, we will also run away with them and want to settle their lifelong. So this reality that, okay, I have to stay back, either I have to tell my wife also to stay back, or I have to go with them. What should we do? I want to become an entrepreneur, and this is a chance, but my wife got selection in postdoc. So we take a decision. It was a very hard decision that she will go with the baby, stay alone there, and learn the postdoc, and I will build the company. The first point was my wife told, I'm going to give my life and my baby's 2 years of life. Make sure you stay back and build something useful. It was a simple word, but that was a very strong word. When they went, I was standing here and started building it. Every day there is a pain that I'm not able to play with a beautiful daughter staying there. And they're also staying alone. It is not a simple journey for my wife also. But they given me that chance. So I stayed here, started building the company. And I thought everything is easy, getting the ideas and solutions. I was not understanding that the first thing the entrepreneur should know to identify a problem and that people have really, and I had to solve that. I was always believed in that I need an idea and solution. So I was going behind that. So the first thing is to make sure the entrepreneurs to know it is not about the idea or the solution. The idea can always change. The solution can always change, but the problem should be very constant. The problem should be real, and the people should have that. And when you solve it, you should become an engine. That should be the problem. And reality came to me that, okay, what I am running around is not what people want. That's what I want. So people will not buy it. So that I was keep iterating it. And somehow I come to an idea of, okay, this is what Mykare is, and I have to start building it. Then the second reality is that uh, uh, where is this investors? Where should I get money? I will not have that much money to build it. So I was to start. I learned a lot of up to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. There are so many free YouTube interviews of Stanford business schools of former entrepreneurs of Uber and everything, listening to them. Not the, as you rightly said, not the unicorn founders. The start day one of the founders. What did they gone through? How did they navigated it? So it was a habit for me to learn it, how to go it. So I started pitching to investors. one investor, two investors, three investors, almost 75 investors have rejected me for various reasons. So it was not an easy. So one of the investors given me a chance to pitch on to the investor. I went to the office. I started my pitch deck with all the excitement to tell my wife that I got an opportunity and all these things. The investor came within 10 minutes. He told me that give me 1 hour, give me some time. I'm just coming back. So I was sitting with all the happiness there. And after some time, or 1 or 2 hours, the housekeeping boy came and told me that he has already left from here. It was the most humiliating phase for me, that reality. I came back to the house, and up to morning, still when I'm saying it is not easy, up to morning 3 or 4 o'clock, I was sitting down in the bed and was crying, literally crying, and thinking like, what a foolish decision I have done to become an entrepreneur. I was very comfortable. Anybody can aim what lakhs of rupees I was getting salary, getting a vice president title. Everything was there. Wife is not there. Daughter is there. And sitting it down, I seen that day, it is not that easy to build a company. And I seen that it is not about the tortoise and the hare story, that people will be running fast. Tortoise has to just focus on the end point. The appreciations or the humiliations, both are distractions for you. Just keep moving in what you want to build. So that night up to 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I understood that either I can leave it, leave the startup and go back. And after 60 years or 70 years, sit in a house and think that I was not able to leave the fullness of life, or take that charge and overcome it. How many more people can reject me? And I started running it. It became that it took me 1 month to overcome that rejection, fear. And then I started, okay, I am not here to build a company for somebody to accept me. I'm here to build. I see a problem. I just want to solve it. Rest everything, let it come. I don't want to go behind it. So I started loving the problem. I started loving the humiliation. I started loving the rejection. Once that became my attitude, I was not scared to go and talk to anybody. I was just calling anybody, sending email. They will call me. They will reject me. That 1 month become 15 days to overcome. The 15 days become 1 hour to overcome. It become 10 minutes to overcome. Then it become 1 minute to overcome. I will call somebody. I want to tell them the idea. They will tell, hey, you get lost from this. I will cut the call. I will start calling somebody. So the rejections and humiliations are not going to go away from you. It's just that your distance of overcoming that, you have to mentally get strength and overcome that. So even today, always there. It is always there. Even in 2 million race, I will go to somebody, they will reject me, but I don't care it, because it's not I'm building for them. I'm building for, I want to see that, I want to build it, and I want to make sure the patients, the real problem is there, and I want to make sure that they are getting an amazing experience in healthcare, which they are not getting right now. That's the only vision. Let the failure, success, let it deter me. So when I raised the fundraise, I was not excited, because that is not my milestone. So my milestone is to make sure one or more patient get that smile, give that million smile to the patients. So that's how the journey. So I'm just concluding it. One, before starting the company, the challenges which I was going through. After start the company, the fundraise, I thought, okay, people will start running to me, co-founders, where is this co-founders available? Because I already failed my degree and first year and second year. All the mentors are making me mental, and they were telling me that go and find out your college mate or schoolmate who will be there, get a co-founder. I was taking a 1 year, 1 hour radius or 2 hour radius. I myself is a failure, a backbencher. Where will I get a co-founder? And it was very tough. It was not that reality that go and get a co-founder from your college, your peer group, your village group. It is not that. It is very hard for a person who born from tier 3. How many people might be knowing coding there? How many people might be? So I was not aware. So second message I have to tell that, because the second thing is to find a co-founder. The co-founder, even if you are not getting in the close connection, reach out to anybody who is in the tech. Tell your vision. What is the problem you are solving? Understand that they are coming even in the same spirit of you to solve that problem. So I started writing all the channels. whether it is Facebook, messages, WhatsApps, LinkedIn. I myself was clicking to everyone who know technology and are telling I myself pitched to more than investors to my co-founders to tell that I have something to tell. Can you listen to me? And I was keep messaging them. And one of the person told that I liked your problem because I also gone through that. And that spark will come. It's same like when you are in college giving a love letter to a girl, and that girl is that spark. We will know that it is not that some other girl. This is the girl going to be with you with all the hard times. And that's how the co-founder you will get it. And so the second message I have to tell you is that it's not about your close peer group or your college group. You have all the channels available. You are pitching, you're convincing, you're branding yourself, selling your hope. Started for me from my selling to my wife, but I'm telling for a founder, it is always there, whether it is through investors, whether it is for your co-founders, whether to your first employee, you have to tell what is that large vision and keep going. So the co-founder, I got it. That was the second challenge. Then I thought that, okay, getting a first employee is very easy, putting a brand name, getting a co-founder, we are starting a technology company. I was not getting anybody. I was keep messaging to all the people, come and join us company. With all the things, one fellow applied to us and he thought, okay, tech company, scalable company, startup. He was thinking like it is Google office. And he came, take a taxi, cab and all, came to our office. There is not even a board in our office. He came in front of our door and gone back to the street and calling us back. I came to that second floor and I've not seen any big office. Where is your office? So I told you come to in front of that lift, that wherever that board is not there, that is our office. And he inside 2 days, he's sitting only 2 chairs and 1 desk and 1 bed is there. It is going to be your office. 2 days, somehow we tried to convince and make him sit. But third day, he called us and told, this is not my expectation of Google office, so I'm not coming. So my co-founder who joined us, the CTO and one more, the other chief product officer, both of them was like literally crying. Somehow only we got one guy and he is running away from us. So that is the third challenge. It's not only the co-founder getting the first team member. It's very, very hard because you don't have a pedigree to tell. You don't have a background to tell. You don't have a big name or fame or brand in the market. You don't even have a good laptop to give them. So the people who are coming and joining, seeing the startup stories, giving BMW bike, that's not the reality. People has to come, sit in the ground, not even a beanbag there to give. So that was the third. So I will stop it here. So getting the co-founder, getting the investor, getting the first employee, because we don't have anything that time. I don't have a hoodie with a brand to tell them. I myself does not have a good t-shirt to go in front of them and talk to them. So that's the reality. If anybody thinks that startup building is a sexy thing, that's absolutely wrong. But one thing I'll tell you, with all this hardship, with all these rejections, I'm really enjoying than I worked for 13 years. Because the 13 years was a SOP work for me. I don't want to think anything. They will give everything to me. I have to just do it. And I can close my eyes and I will do it. And I will not see this much of rejection. But here, every day I wake up with uncertainty. I don't know what to do. There is no guide or rule book in front of me. This is how the problem will come and hit me today. So I have to ready to overcome every day. Mentally strong. Staff will come, scream. Patients will come. The problems will hit. It's everything new. Today I'm sitting here. I don't know what is happening behind. I have to go and face it. But one thing is clear. Once you overcome all this, you will become, even if you are not becoming a unicorn, you will become a good human being. Because you will see all these things. You'll become very stronger to face anything in the life. That is the most beautiful thing. It's not about the startup. It's about the process of building that startup I am enjoying right now.
That's so wonderful to know, Senu. I wish we can ask more and more questions to you. But what I'm getting from you is, for a startup, the execution challenges are at each and every phase, starting from where is the problem and which problem you feel more passionate about so that you can go through that hardship. I think that your journey there from opening a tea starter to Mykare Health, I think it's very interesting. And I like the very key message you are giving, whether it is finding an investor, whether it is finding a co-founder or an employee, that all these appreciations and humiliations, these are distractions. Such a beautiful message that these are distractions. You stay focused. Don't get moved by humiliations. Don't get moved by over appreciation. And if you are focused, you are solving a problem that should drive you, and ultimately you will find your way out. And another beautiful message I'm getting from you is, people usually say women can't have it all. I think even men can't have it all at the same time, just like women can't have it all at the same time. They can have it all, but not at the same time. This is what Michelle Obama also says, right? Like, you had to stay away from your family, and you had to kind of, work around the idea. And every day is hardship, and I'm sure entrepreneurs' personal life is not as rosy as one thinks it to be in terms of time commitment. So I would like to end this interview. Senu, there is one key learning you would like to share, though I have already got a lot of beautiful key messages from you, but one key learning we would like to end the interview with.
So if I allowed, I will, one key learning is there, but I'll give you, because there are budding entrepreneurs might be listening this. So I'll give you three, which is very crisp. I'll give you. One is that keep very focused. Always remember that I very love that story of the tortoise and the hailstone. There will be people will be running, will be tired. You will not even see where they reached, what they are doing. Think about the tortoise until they see that rabbit. He was still focused and going. It's not about after seeing that rabbit, he started focusing. No, without even seeing that rabbit, he was still going forward. So focus, incremental growth every day, not about very big growth or anything. And time. The time is very important, and time, it's required time to its own growth. Don't worry about or hurry about anything. I'll tell in a funny way, a woman required or a wife required 9 months or 10 months to deliver a baby. That does not mean that if I marry 9 times, it will become 1 month. So it required its own time to get mature. So don't worry, just keep focusing and keep. That's one statement. Second is that always take a large dream, a dream which is scare you, and not take a large target. Take a large dream and make sure that keep a milestone to reach that large dream. The large dream should always scare you every day. Oh, I'm going to reach here or not. Keep the large dream, keep a milestone to reach there, and start something very small. People are taking it in the reverse way always. They start something very big and want to know where this will reach to a milestone, and then looking for a vision to reach there. So always keep a large dream, keep milestones to reach there, and make sure that start small. The third important thing is that dream without an action is always going to remain as a dream. So make sure that don't just dream, I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to become an entrepreneur. You will always tell up to 60 years you want to become an entrepreneur, but without an action, it's not going to happen. That's last story I have to tell you is that in Africa, there is a deer waking up, that he has to run fast because otherwise the lion will come and kill him. There's always in Africa, there is a lion waking up also. I have to run fast, otherwise I will feel hungry and I will die. So in Africa, every day morning, both are waking up to run fast. Just make sure that either you will die or you have to make sure you are surviving. But keep running. Don't look here or there. Just take your problem statement and keep building your company. You will definitely become successful.
Beautiful. I loved your enthusiasm and your candidness. Thank you so much, Senu, for giving your time. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.